Welcome again to our YouTube channel. By the way, I am Mr. Mark Abdulwahid. I am a public school teacher from Tawi-Tawi, Mindanao. In this video, we are going to tackle about the polynomial function. So what is really polynomial function is? Before we do that, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Don't forget to click like. If you have any suggestion or any questions about my videos, you can comment down in the comment box. Let's proceed to the testing of prior knowledge. Number 1, what should n be if f of x is equals to x raised to the power of n defines a polynomial function? Letter A, an integer. B, a non-negative integer. C, any number. D, any number except 0. Based on the topic that we tackled about polynomial equations and functions, that the exponent must be a non-negative integer. So therefore, the answer for this is letter B. Number 2, which of the following is an example of polynomial function? You see the options here. Makikita natin that letter A has a denominator of a variable with an exponent. You cannot consider that a function. Letter B, we have fractional exponent. Letter D, we have a square root of 3x. So if we are going to simplify that, the x variable becomes an exponent of 1/2. Therefore, the answer here is letter C, even though that this coefficient 7 has a radical. Number 3, what function is y equals to x cubed plus 2x plus 1? Basically, if we have third degree, we can call it a cubic function. The answer for this is letter D. Let us begin with the basic definition of polynomial. The word polynomial is derived from the Greek word poly, which means many, and nominal, which means terms. So polynomial means many terms. Polynomials are composed of constants, variables, or the letters that you can see in the given, and exponents such as 2 in x squared. The combination of numbers, variables, and exponents are called terms. Example, 2x cubed plus x squared plus 1. If you see here that there are 3 terms in this expression, 2x cubed, x squared, and 1, where 1 is called the constant, x is the variable, and we have the small number on the upper right of x, 3 and 2 are exponents. A polynomial function is a function of the form p of x equals to a sub n, x raised to the power of n plus a sub n minus 1, x raised to the power of n minus 1 plus a sub n minus 2, x to the n minus 2 plus a sub 1 x plus a sub 0, a sub n should not be equals to 0. Where n is a non-negative integer, a to the 0, a to the 1, a to the n are real numbers called coefficients. Numbers that appear in each term. So lahat ng given polynomial function, numerical coefficients are called coefficient. Variables are called the literal coefficient. A sub n, x to the n is the leading term. A to the n is the leading coefficient, and a to the 0 is the constant term. We don't see any variable that is called a constant term or number without a variable. The highest power of the variable of p of x is known as the degree or its degree. Illustrative example, p of x equals to 6x to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus x minus 5. In this example, we have the degree is 4 because it is on the highest exponent. Type of function is quartic. It is based on the degree of the polynomial function. The leading term, which has the highest degree, is 6x to the 4th. The leading coefficient is 6, came from the first term that has a highest exponent, and the constant term that has no variable is negative 5. So that minus 5 becomes, or we can call it as negative 5. There are various types of polynomial functions based on the degree of polynomial. The most common types are the zero polynomial function, which has a degree of 0. A common example here is p of x equals to a x to the 0 equals to a. According to the law of exponent, any number or variable raised to the power of 0 is equals to 1. Becomes a times 1 becomes a. Example, p of x equals to 5x to raised to the power of 0 is equals to 5. Linear polynomial function. So when we say linear, it is a degree of 1, first degree function. P of x equals to a x raised to the power of 1 plus b is equals to a x plus b. Example or common example for this is p of x equals to 6x plus 5. Quadratic polynomial function, degree of 2. P of x equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. So we already have the highest degree or exponent of 2. Cubic polynomial function with a degree of 3 or the third degree function. P of x equals to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Quartic polynomial function or fourth degree function. P of x equals to ax to the fourth plus bx cubed plus cx squared plus dx plus e, where a, b, c, and d and e are constants. Other than p of x, polynomial functions can be written in different ways, like the following. F of x equals to the function. So, pwede nating isulat f of x, or we can also write it y equals to a polynomials, or maybe p of x. So, tayo malito kung makakita tayo ng f of x lang yung example, sometimes nagkakaroon tayo ng p of x or y. We will now give an example for this. How do we determine a polynomial or type of function, or the leading term, the leading coefficient, and the constant term? So we have two examples here. Number 1, y equals to 8x to the fourth minus 4x cubed plus 2x plus 22. So the degree of the polynomial here is 4 or fourth degree. The type of function here, quartic function. The leading term here is 8x to the fourth power. The leading coefficient is 8 and the constant term is 22. Example number 2. P of x equals to 3x squared plus 6x cubed plus 2x. In this example, we are going to rearrange from highest degree to the lowest, or possibly to the constant term. The degree of the polynomial here in this example is 3. The type of function, cubic function. The leading term is 6x cubed. The leading coefficient is 6. And the constant term is 0. Since we don't have any constant term in the example, therefore the constant term is 0. Let us proceed to table B. How do we determine if it is function or not? The degree, the leading term, the leading coefficient, the constant term. Number 1 example. F of x equals to x raised to the power of 3/4 plus 2x plus 2. Well, that is not a polynomial function because of the fractional exponent. But we have the degree. If we are going to determine the degree of that function, we have 1 or first degree. The leading term is 2x and the constant term is 2. Example number 2. P of x equals to square root of 5x to the fourth power plus 3x squared minus 2. In this example, we can consider that this is already a function. We have the degree of 4. The leading term is square root of 5x to the fourth power. The leading coefficient is square root of 5. The constant term is negative 2. Example number 3. X squared minus square root of 2x plus x. So this example is not considered as polynomial. We can determine the degree. The degree here is 2. the leading term is x squared, the leading coefficient is 1, and the constant term is 0. So that's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, or if you have any questions, you can comment down in the comment box. Next video, we are going to tackle about how to convert given polynomials into factored form and standard form. Don't forget to subscribe this channel, and thank you.